Brian,
Hello,
give me something,
Brian.
man. Come on, please. I'm begging you.
First of all, I will say a couple of things. First of all, good morning to you, or afternoon to you guys, my brothers. Good afternoon, evening, everyone in the chat. If you see me keep looking down like that, the video's not working here, so I've got a black screen. So I want to make sure we don't interrupt. But you build that up and say maybe I could give you some positivity. I think I've stepped into the wrong show. I think I've stepped into. I think
We're
I've
talking
stepped
about
into the wrong
Tottenham,
show.
Brian. We're talking about Spurs.
Yeah, but do you know what? What I will say with the Leeds game and what you got, do you know what? Forget how well they played in the first half. They played superb. They were brilliant. They deserved their lead. The most impressive thing for me yesterday was when they went 2-1 down. Sorry, when they got the one goal, you would have thought, right, Manchester United threw the kitchen sink at them and were battering them and dominating them. And they dug in deep. They fought. They battled.
Darlow made a couple of great saves, didn't he?
Exactly. I mean, I'll tell you now. If that was us and we were and a team had scored a goal to come back, we would have capitulated. We would have
When was the
capitulated.
last time we had a lead to hang on to?
When was that? I mean, guys. I don't know if you know it. I don't know if you can do it via WhatsApp like you do for Twitter. I sent you something in our group, the three of us, and it just highlights. Because it's a long thing, it's not a lot of words, but you'll see when it does it. When we're talking about getting a win, this just compounds it even more. When you look at all the other teams.
So basically what you're saying is Tottenham haven't won a game of 107 days. The next after that is Burnley 62 days. Then after that is Brentford 45 days.
Yeah, so literally we've almost doubled Burnley
Yeah.
in games to get a win.
The last time we had a lead to hang on to
Crystal Palace?
in the last 10 minutes of a game was Sunderland at home. That was
mad.
just after Palace.
That was what?
We
January the-
conceded in the 80th minute. It's exactly 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, that was the first home game in January, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at it. I mean, that's the worrying thing. And I'd been looking at this, and I was speaking to you about this as well last night, Ben. I've been looking at this the whole time, like we all have been as Spurs fans, right? Where can we get the wins from? Where can we get the wins from? Where are they coming? But I'd totally not even looked at it, that if the other teams win, that'd be like for instance, like West Ham, if they win, like I think you were saying it yesterday, Ben, we need to guarantee 2 wins. It's not where are the wins coming from, it's if the above 3 that we're in talk with literally get a win or a draw, and we have to better every. That's the thing I don't see. I just can't see it.
You have to take it game by game, Brian. Just have to take it game by game. Just see where we are after each week, and that's the only way we can do it. Because if you look too far ahead, you start tying yourself up in knots and thinking, "Oh, how the hell are we going to do this?" Because it's like, well, we need 3 wins and 6. We haven't won, and this. You just have to take it game by game. Because right now, if you're doing predictions and you're doing if you're doing an honest prediction, we probably don't win any of our last 6 games. That's the truth.
Well,
if you're doing it based on anything, that analysis of the teams and all the stuff, if you're doing like any serious prediction, you're probably looking at it thinking, we're probably going to get a few draws and that's it. We'll probably win none of our last 6. So we just got to take it game by game and see where we are after each game and how we're playing. That's all we can do.
Tim, I agree. I literally said after the North London derby, we looked at the fixtures, I said I could see us getting maximum 4 to 6 points for the rest of the season, but they'd all be draws because I just couldn't see a win. I just could not see a win.
And how many points have we had since the derby? 1.
1.
Yeah,
1.
Anfield.
Liverpool.
You just can't make it up, can you? Like our only 2 points, in 2026 against Man City and Liverpool?
Yeah.
And Sunderland. Yeah.
How does that even make sense?
How
have we gone to Anfield, got a point against Man City at home
When we were 2-0 down.
And lose every other game?
Yep, and you even look at it, we all know what our track record is at Anfield.
Yeah.
We all walked into that ground expecting like a cricket score.
And that game, we played Dragoshin, Danso and Sousa in the back four.
Sousa was on the right midfield.
That's
didn't
true,
Sousa
right
play
midfield.
Yeah. Sorry, that's right. Yeah, I knew someone was out of position. That's the thing. That is the thing, boys. And like I said, if Leeds win Wednesday, and a lot of people, I don't know if you two were and what the chat were, a lot of people were saying Leeds are the one that we can catch. We think that they're going to capitulate. They're the ones, mate. If they beat Wolves, they're 9 points ahead of us, aren't they?
Yeah, 9 points with
Leeds are safe, Brian.
Yeah,
Leeds are safe.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
that literally means we need 4 wins, and then to lose everything. We haven't won in 4 months, 107 days. This is the thing, and there can be people saying, "Oh, it's negative," but when all these stats are backing it up, they're damning, aren't they?
they're fatal. That's what they are. Anyone just, if you take away all names out of all the teams in the Premier League and just look at it from form and how they're playing and take away everything else, there's no way we stay up. There's no way anyone can look at that and say that team is going to stay up. That team's going to get the wins. There's just nothing to suggest that.
Sim, Ben, we've got to the point. We deserve to go down. Not us, the fans, the football club. I mean, for what the product we're putting on the pitch.
Yeah.
We absolutely deserve to go down. Forget the club, the board, and all the drama outside it. Once they cross that white line, this team, whether people think they're good enough or whatever, or too good, for what they've put on there, they totally and utterly deserve to go down. And one of the things I've been saying since the North London derby game, you can see how calm I am right now with this all. I'm after the North London derby, it was like we were in big trouble. That was like, forget what happened with Frank and everything, which should, and like I said, I made a major fuck up. That was, but I've said some stupid things in my past, and not just Tottenham. But I want Frank for Spurs has to be the most stupidest things that have ever come out of my mouth. But forget what I will say with it though. When Frank left, we were 12 points above West Ham, and now we're obviously 2 points behind. We're 2 points behind them. But I've got to the point after the Arsenal game. Getting back to the point before I went on a tangent there. After the Arsenal game, I was like, "Yeah, we are in this. This ain't a joke. We are not like last year where we're 17th and the bottom teams were shit." But then after Forest, I was like, "It's done. It's done. It's done." I will be heartbroken. I will cry my eyes out. I will be raging at the factors away from the pitch, but I'm at peace with it. That doesn't mean I've just reached acceptance. I'm not going to get angry. There's going to be a lot of people, should we lose to or we don't drop, West Ham, Forest, Leeds get more results and we don't pick up. There's going to be a lot of people that, with every passing game, are going to get absolutely furious. But I've passed that. It's like the 5 stages of grief or whatever they say. I'm now at the final stage.
Yeah, you feel like this now, Brian, but at the actual day it actually happens, I'm telling you, you're going to be raging.
Oh, no, mate.
If we actually go down, because it's not a reality until it's a reality, you know what I mean?
I will tell you right now, when we go down, I will be heartbroken. I will be angry. I will be everything. But my anger and everything isn't at the relegation now, because I've accepted that part. My anger, my fury and everything is going to be magnified a billion times towards the ownership, towards the board, and not just the ones that are here now, the bad decisions we've had over the years with Paul Mitchell. Just the really bizarre, I mean, even as petty as we hired a guy to get naming rights. He was here for 4 years or whatever it was, but yet still we don't have naming rights.
How much do you reckon he got paid to do that?
Mate, I think he was on like the 200,000-300,000. Like, you got to remember, he's that guy Todd Klein, and I know full well over here has brokered some of the biggest naming rights in North American sports across the umbrella of NFL, baseball, basketball. We bring him in because he's the best, and we still don't have a naming right. And
apparently they're just going to change. They're going to change. If we go down next season, they're going to just change the NFL to EFL on the stadium.
That's the plan. It's money saving.
Yeah, money saving. Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, like I said, Ben, as you're saying, when that day finally comes and it's like completely confirmed, I'm going to be like this about the actual situation, but about other aspects of this football club is where I'll be venting my anger, frustration, heartbreak, suffering, everything. You know what I mean?
Brian,
The heartbreak and suffering we're going
if we do go down, Brian, I'm telling you, every single game in the Championship needs to be a bloody mass. There needs to be some sort of mass. I don't know what. Not even protest. Just like. I don't know what, but we need to do something big. Every single game, these owners need to get it. Every single game.
Just like a massive collective spit at the director's box.
Literally, every single game, these guys need to get it, man.
Mate, it needs to be done the final 3 home games as well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The kumbaya, clap for players for all this crap, sing a song to make them feel special bollocks. Hasn't worked, hasn't done anything. Maybe we need reverse psychology because these players can't play when we're absolutely supporting them and getting behind them. Then when the stadium's quiet, it doesn't work. Maybe, just maybe, if the crowd is as hostile as possible to them up the top, and it's like when Judas Campbell came back, that kind of atmosphere, maybe the reverse psychology of players will be, my God, they listen to the roar, listen to the. Who knows? But it's. Listen, I know Kern, I know Stuart very, very well. They're both wonderful people. Stuart who's spearheaded this, count him as a very, very dear friend. We completely, totally, and utterly disagree on this.
On what?
Wildly.
On what specifically?
Look. Do I understand?
Are you talking about what they did for the Forest game? The fans. And just on that, what is your opinion on the fact that they tried to do it again for this weekend and apparently the club have said no? The club have said the players are going to be driving in cars and they're not doing it this weekend. Like, what's your not reaction necessarily to whether you want it to happen, but the club itself are the ones saying no?
So I watched the video. So there was a tweet from someone, I think it's called the Tottenham Feed. I think they're a Twitter group, Tottenham Feed or Tottenham something.
Yeah, Tottenham Feed, yeah.
So they posted a thing that said, rumours are that the organisers of the Sing Up, Show Up, Stay Up, people spoke to the same people to see if it should be redone at the Brighton match. And then there was the question from the Tottenham Feed saying, do you think this should happen again? Or words to that effect. Do you think it will work? Whatever. A mass majority were like, nope, absolutely not. Whether it's embarrassing, put too much pressure on, just a host of reasons. And Stuart then released a video where, when those people do the videos where they have the green screen with the tweet or whatever. So he did that. And he said, right, I just want to address all these things. He goes, I do want to confirm that there was a meeting. And the club have two things they said is, first of all, they don't know if the team are coming by coach or, as we now know, by their own personal transportation. But they don't want to talk to us till next week, till after the fight. So I'm like, right, so this altogether always that the club wanted to spew out was a one-time thing. 2-for-1 beers, one-time thing. They don't know. This organisation, I don't agree with it, but if fans want to do it, fine. Everyone knows my stance to this. I want pure fury at the ownership, but the club have turned around to them and said, we don't know if we're going to come in the coach, so how are they going to be able to build the atmosphere? And then the most telling point was, we can't talk about this till after the week, we're too busy with the fight, i.e. making more money for Renick, and more important about the multi-purpose entertainment arena being used for an event. So the club, whether it went ahead or not, I wouldn't have agreed with it, but the club just, they serve up so much bullshit and people swallow it.
Forget about the bus parade, Brian, but I think it is imperative that the fans show the utmost support for the team in these last 6 games, particularly in the home games. I do believe that.
Yeah, like I said, Ben, you and I are going to differ on this. It's like you tried that. I remember the Crystal Palace 3-1 game. all across social media. Oh, there's loads of tickets available, and people going, oh, fans showing their true colours and not supporting the team when needed. 3-0 at half time, thousands walk out. And it's those people, as well as other people, but these people that say back the team, these people that say, oh my God, you're showing your true colours, they walk out. Nottingham Forest.
Forget about that, though. I'm talking about what we need to do.
This is my point.
Because that's what we need to do. We need to support the team till the bitter end.
The Nottingham Forest game, atmosphere outside was great. I've heard many things that was great. Like I said, I don't agree with it, but it was a great thing. Then the atmosphere was good until we won 1-0 down. Then 2-0 down. And then this altogether always, back the lads, 3-0, thousands walk out again.
Yeah, but so this happens at every club. Once a game looks like it's done,
but every
people
club
walk
isn't
out.
in our position. And I'll tell you one thing, Ben, every other club of the so-called top six, or that we're in the so-called top six, any of this was happening, there would be absolute carnage. They wouldn't be saying, oh, the players, we've got to give... There'd be absolute carnage for the position that the club have put us in. Like I said, people will disagree with me on this. There'll be people that wholeheartedly agree with me. And that's the thing, but all roads lead back to the situation we're in because of bad appointments, bad ownership, bad transfer recruitment, bad medical team, bad... I watched Sim's vlog. I could hear when I was in the Scotland Yard. The away fans, once again, as always, gave those boys everything. Everything. And they put in a performance like that.
Yeah.
That's just my view on it.
But the fans can't stop. The fans can't stop. They need to keep supporting the boys, and maybe something can turn. I'm not one saying it's a guarantee. It's not a guarantee.
All right, Ben. So why instead? Okay. I'll go with you on this. Maybe support the lads to begin with, but instead of walking out at the end of the game as if we're not winning or losing, sorry, we're drawing or losing. Why rather than walking out? Why not then? Let's say the 80th minute and you're 2 or 3-0 down. Why not then have 10 minutes? And the thing that makes me the thing that makes me chuckle about this, Ben and Sim, is when you were at the Forest game, you were in the West Stand.
Mm-hmm.
You got that video of the fraud Vinay walking out. Some of the people around him laughing, smirking. I heard more abuse from the West Stand, which is meant to be the glitz, the glamour, the posh, the don't get involved. There was more targeted at him there than in the entire stadium.
Yeah, there was.
The entire stadium.
Because these guys are paying a hell of a lot of money and they're locked into long contracts as well, which they can't get out of. Mate, they know they're going to be paying 10 grand in the championship to see this shit.
But Ben, this is the thing. They have loads of money. That money means nothing to them. But this is the whole point. There are people that sit in the South Stand, the East Stand, the North Stand, where your season ticket price is a huge expense with what's going on in the world today.
Yeah.
Those people up there, that means nothing to them, whatever their contract is. Yes, they want to see Premier League football. Yes, they want to see the best. But what they're paying for... If they're paying 12 grand a season or whatever it is for the H Club, or whatever the price is, that kind of money is irrelevant to them.
I completely agree with what you're saying in terms of... I think that is the best way to do it. Back the team until the game seems lost, and then completely go at the board. Throw everything you can at them for those last 10 minutes. Everyone stay in the stadium. Everyone stay in the stadium and let your voices be heard. I think that is the best way to do it.
But brother, yeah, I think the even easier way, because people will walk out and they won't do it, the easiest thing to do, and you don't miss any of the game, is why not for the first 5 minutes against Brighton, just stay in the concourses. There's hundreds of TVs.
It's De Zerbi's first home game.
Oh, that's good. All right. That'll give you. But okay, Leeds. Why not everyone for 5 minutes? Especially if it's obviously confirmed that it's done. For 5 minutes, possibly 10. God knows how long people can last. Just stay in the concourse. Don't spend money. Watch the game for 5-10 minutes. Can you imagine if there's thousands? Not that I hold my breath with Spurs fans. If thousands were in the concourse for 5 minutes, you don't miss any part of the match.
Oh, apart from 5 minutes.
Well, you know what? But no, but see, what I'm meaning, you're
We could be 2-0 down by then. They'll be ready to leave their seats.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You could see it on the TVs in the concourse.
Ah, right. Yeah, fair point.
You know what I mean? So you're not missing. You might miss 5 minutes actually sitting in your seat, but as you know, there's hundreds of TVs around that place.
Yeah.
Just watch 5 minutes together, 10, whatever the minute you want to do. There'll be a huge. Obviously, it won't be like, oh my God, there's a few people running late. It will be, if it could be arranged, it will be huge and show everyone. The media will pick it up instantly. Then you walk in after 5, 10 minutes, whatever. No one has to scream Enoch out. No one has to scream at the board. No one has to make it hostile, even though I wish it was. It's a silent protest. You walk back in and it shows something rather than these planned walkouts and no one does it.
Brian, how close are you to Stell's position at the moment?
Mate, listen, I've said it from the beginning. I am absolutely, I think Stell is absolutely delusional with what he's saying. With delegation. I'm just going to read a stat to you that my very, very dear friend Craig O'Sullivan tweeted. Just to paint a picture, because he did the research of it. Let me find it. Where is it? Okay. The club with the highest turnover ever to get relegated were Leicester at around 200 million. Ours is 550 million. It's over double what Leicester went. And if people and I've heard you both say this, if anyone thinks when we go down, Enoch is going to go, oh my God, this relegation bad. Now change. They've had 25 years to do it. It doesn't matter whether we have been challenging for the title, trying to break into the Europa League or whatever it was. Yeah, it was always called the Europa League with Enoch. Whether it had been trying to get even conference, whatever it is.
No, it was UEFA Cup with Enoch, wasn't it? Because we played Sevilla in the UEFA Cup.
There you go. So UEFA Cup, Europa League, we've been challenging for to get into, and obviously, or whether we've been where we are, doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. When we've been challenging for titles, normally clubs will go, right, let's strengthen. Look what Man City did. I know, listen, people will go, yeah, Man City with their money. They went and got 2 people. One had a buyout clause. One was in the last 6 months of his contract. Instant quality, and they've got quality all over.
There was plenty of opportunities for Spurs to bring in players this January. Plenty.
Exactly. Then you look at it. West Ham bought 2 players for their front line. Look where they are now. So even though the cost of going down is absolutely humongous, and they know exactly what it will do to their valuation of the club and everything that goes along with it, no.
But you don't want the fans to show support for the team in the last 6 games.
Say that again. Sorry. Well, no, it's not that. I mate, there's nothing. I didn't say not support them.
That's all I'm saying.
Didn't say not support them. I said that place needs to be at times like it was when Judas first came back. This board have caused, and Vinay and Lange have caused us such pain, suffering, embarrassment. We're having to witness the rot, but we're like, yeah, okay, yeah, just carry on. You got to remember, and we talk about
this board they deserve it more than Sol Campbell, to be honest. This board, they're a bigger detriment to this club to Sol Campbell.
I've said it for years. Judas only fucked us over once.
Yeah,
that's it. But then you look at it. We talk about, like you said, Ben, about supporting the team and a bit. Mate, Manchester United, when they've been winning cup finals throughout the game, have been singing "We Want the Glazers Out." Does it affect them?
Look at Arsenal, Brian. Arsenal finished 8th twice in a row. They had tens of thousands of people outside the Emirates protesting against the board.
Yep, and a game where they didn't turn up, and they didn't have a game where they turned up, and that was the. And this is one thing I do completely agree with Stell, because Stell brought this to my attention. They finished 8th twice, And that's when they brought in Josh Concrete and said, that's the line, that's the level of embarrassment. We are Arsenal. This is not what we do. And yes, they could lose the league 4 times in a row. It's possible. But you know what? I'd rather be where they are, challenging and falling off for the final hurdle, rather than watching a decline, and it getting worse. So Man U fans did it. Newcastle fans were doing it constantly. I mean, Newcastle, obviously, it was up and down with them, with what they were going through with Ashley. So when they say, oh, it will affect the players, I don't know if having the atmosphere where the board are getting attacked, and it is unanimous.
For all we know, the players might back it with what Romero's been saying.
Exactly. You know what I mean? When boxers go into fights, they don't go shh. It's raucous. I mean, obviously, it's a much raucous of we're going into war. The battles are all being lost. We're about to have a massive war with our Premier League survival with the other clubs. And what we're going to do? Sing songs and just forget
the team. Yeah. That's what fans do to support the team.
Mate, let's see, this is the thing. This is disingenuous, because if you go against the board and want to do something, that doesn't mean you're not a fan.
I agree with that.
But this is the thing, and this is why, unfortunately, nothing will ever happen. There'll be people like myself, Stel, you guys, and others that will, Billy Carnes, like I mentioned, or the Unique Out group that I'm part of still and consider family. There's people like Graham. There's people in your chat that attend protests that will turn up no matter what. No matter what.
Brian, let me ask you a question. If it took Spurs being relegated to get mass protests, would it be something worth doing?
Mate, no. Like I said, I've accepted relegation. What I will say, you say to it, would it be warranted to get mass protests? I look at it the other side of the coin and say, why has it taken this?
No, I agree. I'm just saying, if I offered you that option, like we get relegated, but
yeah,
mass
but you know
protests
what?
start,
I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people when Change for Tottenham said they're gonna back down and not protest or arrange anything because we can't upset people. You look at these people. We would never have backed down. We would have never have backed down. And I've seen so many people on that tweet go, "Do you know what? It's the right move. Wait till we know whether we're staying up or go down. Then I'm in. Then I'm gonna." Do you know how many times I've heard things like this? And also, I'll tell you now. I will tell you right now, because I know this Spurs fan base is a majority. The ones that said, "Once we know we're up or down, I'm gonna protest." If we survive, they'll go, "Oh my God, thank God. Oh, thank God. What a horrible, horrible season. Let's just enjoy the summer, the World Cup. Let's see how England do, and we'll regroup after the transfer window." And then once we're left short again, oh well, there's always something. There's always an excuse. I think Sim, relegation is the only way that mass protests start. If we survive, people will just go, like I said, "Oh my God, oh to a summer's day. We stayed up. we stayed up. Oh rejoice, oh rejoice. Let's have a parade. Let's go out there and sing songs. And then we'll deal with it after the world." That's what this fan base does. It's what this fan base does. So
it kind of sounds like you do want us to go down.
Mate, no, that's not what I said, Sim. I said
but you do want mass protests, and the only way of getting that is us going down.
I want us to stay up. I want us to stay up. What I'm saying is I know what the Spurs fan base will do.
Right.
All the ones that talk the talk but don't walk the walk, that say, "Oh yes, let's wait till we know we've survived, and once we've survived, then I'm all in. But once we survived, oh, that was a close call. That's close. Let's just see." It's always what happens, buddy. It's always what happens.
How many wins do you think we actually need?
Need 3.
3 minimum.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many do I think we'll get? 0.
You think no wins from now to the end of the season? That's it.
Nope.
Do you think De Zerbi
Mate, put it
stays
this
if we go down?
The reason that, sorry, so what would you say, Sim?
No, you go. What were you going to say first?
No, what I was about to say, I'll give you my rationale behind it. We got 3 home games. We ain't winning any of them, and if anyone says we're going to, just look over the last 2 years. We have the worst home record, and coming into our ground this week is a team that won 5 out of the last 6 that are fighting for Europe. They're not just coming here to play, they're coming here to fight. Leeds might be able to get a draw, but they like I said, we think we're out of it now. But should they win against, let's just say they lose to Burnley by some miraculous way, then the pressure's on. And Leeds, like I've said about Nottingham Forest and West Ham, the advantage they have over us is they have been in this situation time and time again. Their clubs know, not just the players, their clubs know what this is about. If this was the 4 of us trying to get a European spot, we'd have the advantage. Because we've been there, we've done it, but we haven't got anything to do with relegation apart from Richarlison with Everton, as you were mentioning. So Leeds, should they lose, I think they look what they did at Manchester United, fighting for their lives. And Everton, which I think in all fairness it will be done before Everton. Everton still have an outside chance of the Champions League and Europa League. And also, Ben, what was you saying? 2nd or 3rd or 4th best away record in the league?
4th, yeah, I think 4th best away record in the league.
Against the worst home form in the league. We can keep saying we've beaten, we're going to win, we're at home. It's a myth.
They're playing West Ham. They're playing West Ham at West Ham as well.
Yeah, but I think come the final game of the season, it'll be already wrapped up, bro. I think it'll already be wrapped up. And do you know what? Unfortunately, I think that Leeds game could be the game. Oh yeah, no, let's do away to Villa. I just can't see it. Wolves just forgot. Like I said to you, Ben, I will never ever go to a Wolves game again, home or away, ever. We are to Wolves what we are to Manchester City.
Yeah, literally.
Like it doesn't. When we went there last year, you and I walked in, and as we're walking in, we were saying, "What do we do first? Do we give away a needless early free kick, or do we concede an early goal?" We conceded an early free kick that led to a goal.
Yep.
And that performance was shambolic. Wolves, and I'll tell you one thing Wolves have done very smart as well, just going off. They brought in Armstrong from Southampton, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it was Southampton. So when they do go back down to the Championship, they've got a 25 goal a season Championship ready player who's been there, done it, got it. But yeah, like I said, people can disagree with me with the results. De Zerbi has said he's not going to try and make things too complicated. So they're not even getting the basics. I mean, obviously he's got more time to play these games. I just put it this way: if our squad was Leeds, West Ham's, or Forest, where we are right now, I'd say we've got a real fighting chance.
Where are you at with the Romero Danso thing? Because we're having a bit of a debate, Sim saying Romero's injury is completely detrimental, but in my opinion, I think Danso's been a lot better than Romero this season.
Ben, you know my love for Kevin Danso. And
what about your love
tell
for
you
Romero?
what, I can remember when you were away because of Grandpa, and I was running and doing the updates for you and everything. That whole Kevin Danso story came about. And I'll be honest, I hadn't even heard of Kevin Danso from them. I didn't even know who he was, where he was from. But everyone was going mad that Wolves wanted him. He's a Wolves reject, or Wolves are going for him. Wolves recruitment, I know they're in a bad place now, but if you look at the players Wolves have gone on to sell, their recruitment is better than ours.
Yeah.
And Kevin Danso has come in, and I've said it for ages. I think we look more stable. Not saying we'll win, lose or draw. I think that defensive line has looked its strongest when Danso's in the team. I know
agree.
Romero, Van der Ven are the two, but Danso, through the whole Tudor era, Danso, Gray, Tell were the only three you could say guaranteed tried every single game. Kevin Danso is an old school defender that absolutely loves to defend, without a question of a doubt, the most aerial dominant defender we have.
Yeah.
And I'll say probably one of the most aerial dominant defenders in the league, if I'm honest. He just does not lose, as Frank called him, Magnet Head. I think he is so underrated. Yes, he's not got the passing ability or the of Romero, the pace of Van der Ven. This guy is a guy that loves to defend, and whenever he's on the pitch, not once do I doubt his commitment, his desire, his hunger. I honestly think he should be captain next season.
Captain?
Next season. I think he should be. I think we look... Championship. Well, I would hope he would stay.
If we stay up, would you make him captain?
Yes.
I wouldn't make him captain if we stay up. But if we go down, I think there's a case for it.
No, what I'm saying, Ben, we've stayed up. I'm talking about we don't know
if we
who
go down. Who if we go down? Who's going to be captain?
Well, actually, put it this way: if
you think
we
Maddison will stay?
Yeah, I think he's.
If he stays, then yeah, I agree, Maddison.
Will stay, yeah.
If he stays,
I was about to say, if we stay up, it'll probably be Maddison. But Danso definitely has to be on the leadership team, whatever the fuck. Like, he has to be part of it. But if we went down and players like Maddison left or whatever, and I'm just, when I said captains, when I was saying about in the Premier League, I was talking about right now we don't know who we're signing. But out of this current squad that we have now, Kevin Danso, but taking away Romero, I think Danso's I'd love him as captain. I'd love him as captain. I really, really don't know if people have been able to crack my code, but I love him. Love him.
I don't know why you love him so much. He's a decent defender. That's all he is.
No, man. I think he's better than that. Do you know what I've said to you guys before as well? When we've had players back in the day, like Colin Calderwood, Justin Edinburgh, Dean Austin, Steve Sedgley, Paul Stewart, Paul Allen, all those. Steve, like you look at that, we've had players that have all the ability, all the characteristics and attributes we're missing. They might not have been the best technical, but they're leaders, they're fighters, they play with passion, desire, and all those words that go along with it.
I don't think he's a leader. He's a fighter.
Look, again, it's open to what people think. I think that he is 100% dependable. Yes, he needs to work on his passing ability. But he will run through a brick wall for this club. He will literally blood, sweat and tears. And he has all the attributes and characteristics of what this squad needs and lacks. Of all those mental toughness. Like I said, right now, for me, it's not even about who's got the technically better players with all the others. All those Leeds players showed last night and West Ham players showed fight, commitment and hunger. Danso's got all three of those. And we've got a lot of the starting squad and bench that don't have any of them.
I just think it's classic. It's classic what we do with all the players. All the ones who are out, all the ones who are injured, all the ones who don't play as much. They all get talked up because they're not in the team as much. And if Danso had played every game this season, we'll be going in on him as much as anyone else.
But we all credit him when he plays.
We don't.
Yeah, we do.
Mate, honestly,
I'm telling you, if he had played as much as the other defenders, we would be going in on him as much as anyone else. I'm telling you.
Sim, I'm not saying he's Premier League elect. I'm not saying team of the year, he's one of the best defenders in the league. I just said he's wildly underrated. He doesn't get the credit that he's due. And like I said, all those attributes that we're lacking, he has. I would say there's things that you say, it's a skill or a will issue. And if you've got a skill or a will issue, a skill issue, you can train. whether you work like I did for Booking.com as team leader of 40 people, and then it was like they're lacking on something and I can help them with that. You can help people with a skill deficit. But if it's a will issue, nothing you can do. Because that's down to the person. That's down to the employee or whatever. So Danso, I don't think is a will issue at all. Does he have certain attributes on the pitch that he needs to improve? Ball playing being one of them. Yes.
I think we can all agree, as an actual player, out and out player, nothing else involved, Romero's a better player than Danso for sure. I just don't think Danso has let us down this season.
Yeah.
He's only played 11 games, that's why.
And what 11 games it was.
Was it?
This is the thing. It's like I said, do you know what it is as well? We're looking at it, it's just such a mess at this football club that as fans we're arguing over, like we're not arguing but discussing what Danso brings to the team. Is he the right one? Again, recruitment has been so shambolic over the years. I would say if you look at all the January transfer windows, the only hits we've had is Dele Alli, obviously Bentancur and Kulusevski. And I when I say the hits, I mean the impact they had straight away. Obviously their injuries and everything, what they did when they first came, they immediately had an impact. Would you say Lucas Moura? I mean, he had the famous Ajax game, but it was very, very, very. Would you say, look, taking out what that semi-final meant and that hat trick, take that out, was he a hit or a miss?
I would say I don't think he wasn't a resounding hit. Definitely wasn't a miss.
Who?
Okay, yes, so somewhere in between.
He was fine.
He was a good player for us. He wasn't anything more than that.
And then I'd say Kevin Danso. That's it in January's.
I don't even think Kevin Danso has been like a resoundingly success story for Spurs. I just think he tries his hardest every time he gets on the pitch, and we can't say that for a lot of players.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It comes to the point where if the ship was sinking, I'd want Danso helping me bucket the water out over any of our centre backs.
Yeah.
You go into war, you want players up for war, up for battle, and you can never, ever, ever put it this way. The Nottingham Forest goal, the second goal, when Romero's casually jogging back, Danso wouldn't be doing that. That's it. When playing, look at Conor Gallagher with that. Not saying Danso would be in midfield, but if that was in a defensive position, do you reckon Danso would be just jogging next to the Sunderland player?
I think Danso in the last since when was the Champions League group phase? Since that, I think he's started in all our wins. Started against Frankfurt, started against Dortmund, started against Palace. I don't think we won any of the other games.
Mate, also, how superb was he at Everton when we went?
The 3-0 game, yeah.
Yeah.
It was good, that game.
He was superb. Him and Van de Ven.
It says here we concede more goals when Danso's playing.
What, on a whole, or just this season?
This season.
How many more?
When Danso plays, we concede at 1.89. And when Romero's playing, we concede 1.49.
Van de Ven?
What's this? Net goals per...
And Van de Ven?
Van de Ven? 1.47, so similar to Romero. So our goals conceded goes up when Danso plays, fairly significantly.
Yeah.
Is
Also, it was
1.49
Romero
to
and Van de Ven at the
1.89?
beginning of the season when we weren't conceding any goals.
Mm-hmm.
No, like I said, this is where opinions split. But like I said, I going into war and knowing that if I had to pick a team of people that I absolutely knew were going to give their all, Danso gets in it.
Yeah.
Danso gets in it.
We also score less when Danso's playing.
Oh yeah, he's a major factor in goal scoring, isn't he? The prolific Danso.
Romero and Van de Ven are our two highest goal scorers.
Yeah, no, you know what? There's a point to that. There's a point to that. But I will say that's because Danso's taking the throws, which don't work. Do you know what as well? Does anyone else think this? We've got in a guy that's got long throws, but at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, you've got to run up a ramp to get any trajectory, so you're losing trajectory immediately. Not saying it's like you look at all the other clubs, it's flat. Spurs have got, and I'm not using this as an excuse like Joker as the pitch is dry, but you're running up an incline. It's craziness.
Also, Romero has wins more aerial duels than Danso.
Oh, that
Really?
can't be right.
That can't.
True.
Yeah.
Romero 72%, Danso 67.
That's crazy if that's true.
Yeah, Romero 72%. Danso 67%.
That's madness.
Well, there you go. There you go. Well, that's whatever. I love Kevin Danso, and no one's going to change that.
Okay.
He's my Austrian, my only Austrian.
My one and only Austrian.
Exactly. Exactly, brother.
All right, Brian. Let's leave it there.
No worries, brother.
We're gonna
Always a
We're
pleasure
gonna
to
react
see
to
you
some
guys.
comments now, and then I need to get home.
Yeah,
Right,
you
you do that,
want
Rosie.
to leave us a comment quickly? We'll react to it.
Danso is the GOAT.
There you go. Then yes, agreed. Ballon d'Or.
Big up, Brian. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Much love to you guys. Enoch out. Speak to you later. Much love.
See you later, man.